Code of ethics for professional teacher. This code of ethics would allow them to do not only what is going. This code of ethics would guide them not only to do what is going good, and it's also what is right for students and for the teachers and for everyone in the community. Good day everyone. I will discuss and explain the code of ethics for the professional teachers, or otherwise known as RA 7836, and especially the Article 1 and 2. Okay, we should never underestimate the power of the teacher and influencing on the action and the thoughts of the learners. This teacher will be worthy to be admitted and to be admired by the learners. If the teacher is confronted with some challenges that have professional implication, this code of ethics would be allowed of them. Okay, before we proceed the article number 1, I would like to read the preamble. Teachers are duly licensed and professional who possess with dignity and reputation with high moral values, as well as technical and professional competence in the practice of their noble professions. And this is strictly adhered to, observe, and practice this set of ethical moral principles, standards, and values. Or the preamble say that the society article code expect too much from teacher, and that all these things are very idealistic. But you know whether we like it or not, better whether you like it this or not, when you become teacher, then you will be subject to a lot of scrutiny and to the place that you will be considered not an ordinary individual, but a person who impact positively the lives of students. Because positively impacts lives on the student than people you would expect too much from you. So first, you must be licensed professional, a teacher who is not or graduated of the BSE or BE Ed program, but did not pass the license exam that she will not be considered a teacher. And a professional teacher, because you are considered to be a teacher, you have to be licensed, have to be a license holder, you have to pass LET, but more than that, the document. For the Section 1, the teacher education institution must be of 10 quality. Education to would-be teacher when the school given quality to the student, when the school produce a quality student and quality teacher later on. And if a quality teacher would be teaching, they would be producing quality students, you know as a teacher, whether you like or not, a lot of times you are a reflection of your student, abilities and competence. This code applies to all teachers in the school in the Philippines. The meaning of the teachers in the basics education, like elementary and high school, and private, public, are all covered by the code. For this section 2, this code is applicable to you. If you are a teacher of either public, private, if you are an academic teacher, you are a teacher in a regular school teaching academic subject. You're a vocational teacher, meaning you are teaching technical vocational skill to your student, or special education teacher. This code is applicable to all industrial arts teacher and vocational teacher. In this code, this is also applicable to all persons performing supervisionary or administration function. They are all covered by the code. For Article 2 of the Code of Ethics is all about the teacher in the state or relationship of the teacher and the states. Teacher should show public or state the cause your law that is not appreciate. You as a teacher, it is of your obligation not to carry out your nuclear policy. You must motivate or you are the one of persuading other people or your statement. And then once you apply other school like public schools, they have a newer exam. They were checking if you are mentally or morality fit, or you can teach and of course your medical then to check if you are a physical fit. And as much as possible, if you become a teacher, you know the vocation. You should devote your life to teach, and the most of the time, the advice before you teach, if you can see, no one else teacher who are suffering promoting you have voted for this. You should not engage if you are going to be a teacher, and you don't pay politicians to favor that. If you can see, when there are elections, the teachers are there because they are really the one who demand them. With knowing expectations, they are the ones they have a morality and the moral values. And know that when teacher, they don't lie, and no one pays them to make the mistake. Article 3, the teacher in the community. Section 1, a teacher is a facilitator of learning and of the development of the youth. Why is the teacher is a facilitator of learning? It be saying, facilitator you deserve as a guide. If you are the teacher's 20th century learner, or you will become a future teacher, you will be served as facilitator learning. Okay, for section 2, every teacher should be provide leadership, intended to actively participate in community movement for moral, social, educational, economic, and civic betterment. Okay, for the community must be time and ask for assistance from the teachers. Okay. Section 3, if your teacher will be showing have with honor and dignity at all the times, even outside the school, you know the expectation and demands of the society. And we have understand the local custom and traditions. Having intellectual leader of the community, but it is the part is not to extend this counseling service to deep consulting service to provide relationship with other professional. Therefore, we need to respect other professions. You as a teacher, you have the freedom to choose religion if you want to join. Article 4, a teacher in the professions. Okay, you need to learn how much is the noblest profession teaching. It's not actively about the rules and the responsible, but it's not about how fully feeling it is when they become successful for the next few years. Okay, we need to effective as a teacher so that a lot of the knowledge of the learners and you serve as a facilitator of learning. It's not just about how competitive you are. As long as you have the attitude and you are a teaching from the heart and teaching is your passion, you can be confident anytime you want. Article 5, the teachers and the professions. Section 1, we need to support them and cooperate. Section 2, a teacher is not entitled to claim credit or work not of his own and shall give you credit for the work of the others which may he use. Like, the best examples is research. Section 3, before leaving his position, a teacher should be organized whoever assumes that the position such records and other data has necessary to carry on the work. It is important to other. And section 4, teachers should hold envelope of confidential information concerning associate and the school and shall not divulge to anyone documents which is not being officially released or remove record from files without permission. Section 5, this shall be the responsibility of every teacher to seek corrective for what may appear to be an unprofessional and unethical conduct of any society. However, this may be done only incontrovertible evidence of such conduct. 6. A teacher may submit to proper authorities and any justifiable criticism against a society, preferably in writing without violating the right of the individual concerned. Section 7, a teacher may apply for a vacant position for which he is qualified provided that the respects and the system of selection and the basis of the remit and competence provided in others, and that all qualified candidates are given the opportunity to be considered. Article 6, the teacher in the higher authority, the professions. Article 6, the teacher and the higher authorities in the profession. So, Section 1, basically, when there are any guidelines that were given to you by your superior, you should wholeheartedly apply it, regardless of your personality opinion, because at the end of the day, superior will always be superior and you should always follow them. Section 2, okay. Basically, this section means that the teacher should not making any gossip regardless on his superior. The school is in, especially nowadays, in the advent of social media, there are other instances wherein teacher posts in social media about how they hate job, how they hate superior, how they hate the school. They are in the basically ano. If have a concern about a fellow teacher or superior, you should not post it on social media. Right away, they're in a legal and a practical way of approaching it. You can approach them head on. If not, you can do also present charges in the authority. Section 3 states that any legal transaction should be in the Section 3. state that any legal transaction should be in the home of the school through their own channel. You cannot use your own name and you cannot use your own platform. And the purchasing is transacting certain purchases. If there are further concern, a teacher should directly appeal to higher authority, not decide on their own, and not put in the rule in their own hands. Section 4, every teacher individually or as a part of a group has a right to seek redress against injustice to administration and to extent possible should raise grievance within acceptable democratic passes. In doing so, they should be avoiding jeopardizing the interest and the welfare of the learning, whose right to learn must be respected. Section 5. Every teacher has a right to invoke the principle that appointments, promotion, and transfer of the teachers are made only on the basis of merit and needed in the interest of the service. Section 6. A teacher who accepts a position assumes a contractual obligation to live up to his contract, assuming full knowledge of employment terms and conditions. Article 7. School officials, teachers, and other personnel. Okay, Section 1. Every teacher has a responsibility to respect their co-worker and all to develop the ability to offer support and assistance to our member of the faculty when necessary and feasible given in on-time experience. And harmony, empathy, and the respect should be the norm, starting with teacher and school staffs and extended to administration in other direction. Everyone sees teacher has a role model, present positive image and situation, and they're open to any concern. And section 2, benefit of this new school community teacher should be involved in the creation of new system and policy by encouraging teacher to conduct action research and the Department of Education help to support this. Teacher and other school personnel should work together to create effect policy. Section 3, school officials should encourage and attend the professional growth of the all teacher under them, such as recommending of promotion, giving them due recognition for mysterious performance, and allowing them to participate in conference and training program. And Section 4, no school official should be dismissed or recommend of dismissal. A teacher or others subordinated expect of cost. Section 5, school authorities concerned shall ensure the public school teachers are employed in accordance with pertinent civil service rule, and private school teachers are issued contract to specify the term and condition of work, provide that they are given if qualified subsequent permanent tenure in accordance with existing laws. Okay, now for the Article 8, the teacher and the learners. Section 1, the teacher duty is to assess and better means academic marks by the evaluation and measurement. For example, teacher, I will give a rubrics for grading an art by the process will be observed. Section 3, teachers are the ones who are responsible showing humanistic manners like avoiding discrimination and judgment. For Section 4, a teacher should not accept favor or gifts from learners, their parents, and others in their behalf in changes for request concession, especially if underdeserved. 5. It is the teacher's duty to always consider the welfare and interest of their learners by giving extra time to tutor them for free time and not accept any payment unless authorities. Article 8, teachers and learners. This teacher's duty is to assess the better means academics marked by the evaluation and measurement. For example, the teacher, I will give a rubrics for grading an art. By that, the process will be observed. And Section 2, teachers' priority is to ensure the security of their learners, also feel of belongingness, and instilling knowledge, skills, and values. Section 3, teacher is one who are responsible in showing humanistic manners like avoiding discrimination and judgment. Section 4, a teacher should not accept favor or gifts from learners, their parents, other in their behavior exchanges for request concession, especially in undeserved. For Section 5, It is the teacher's duty to always consider the welfare and interests of their learners by giving extra time to tutor them for free time and not accept any pay unless you authorize. For section 6, a teacher should be based evaluation of the learner work only in a merit quality of academic performance. Section 7, in a situation where mutual attraction and subsequent love development between teacher and learners, the teacher should exercise utmost professional discretion to avoid scandal, gossip, and preferential treatment of the learners. And Section 8, a teacher should not inflict corporal punishment on offending learners nor make deduction from their scholastic ratings as a punishment for acts which are clearly not manifestation of poor scholarship. Section 9, a teacher should ensure the condition contribute to the maximum development of learners and adequate and show the extent needed assistance in preventing or solve learners' problem and difficulties. Article 9, the teacher in the parents. Parents comes in a various style, shaped like a teacher, that you meet along the way. Can you be a friend toward this parent? This lead to strong partnership. A teacher with a good look will reserve parents' visions, but a teacher with a good manners will receive parent admiration. Sometimes a teacher can be talkative for parents, children to be constructive. Appraising parents about their conditions can help parents to get their children ambition. As a teacher, you must be a good listener when the parent have concern to the children. The teacher will be listened and we should have empathic response. Parents will be understand what the teacher said. Should know the trust to begin the better life of the teacher and parents.